Yeah, so I think coming down the angle like this, before not seeing the crowd, and then as you come out, seeing that, I think any sportsman, that's the dream.
This is the dream.
Interestingly, they have to change, before the end of the year, they have to change all these stadium lights.
Now, with such a big event taking place in the city of Joburg, how does Local Abode plan on contributing to making sure that this event is a success?
So a few months ago, the property owners, including the stadium, approached Local Abode to see how we can't fix the area around the stadium, with the event, knowing that the event coming 31 August this year. And the property owners agreed to contribute a levy towards a central fund, and we've introduced private security, private cleaning, and attention to the urban issues around the stadium, potholes, traffic lights not working, and street lights. And through various collaborations like with Josie My Josie and a few other entities, we're able to now bring services to Ellis Park to change the way that people perceive the space when they actually come here for the game.
Now, what are those challenges?
And just a general lack of bylaw enforcement. So when we start a district like this, we work very closely with the likes of the JMPD, and we assist them in enforcing bylaws. Obviously, we can't do it ourselves, but we accompany them, and they help us to deal with these issues. We deal quite closely with other municipal-owned entities like JRA, to fixing the street lights, to attending to potholes all over the place, and partnerships with the like of Discovery Pothole Patrol. Once we've addressed the cleaning issue and the area looks and feels better, the whole environment then changes and people have a different experience when they're here, because it looks like someone actually cares about it.
Now, a stadium like this adds a lot of value to the region. How does Local Abode plan on sustaining and growing that value?
So the test match is one milestone that we're working towards. Obviously, it's a time that's fixed in space, and we need to obviously deliver by that time, but it goes far beyond that. Unfortunately, Ellis Park, being in the area that it is, has this very negative connotation that it's not a good place to come to. People don't want to be here. So we need to try and change the narrative, change the way people perceive the area, change the way they feel about the area. So once we've delivered this world-class event on the 31st of August, I'm hoping that when the 60-odd thousand people leave here, they're going to tell everyone about the fact that it actually wasn't that bad. You know, we've partnered with the likes of Gautrain, who are going to run late-night train services and bus services from Park Station to the stadium. We've partnered with JMPD, who are going to man the intersection so we can get the buses from station to stadium high speed without having to stop and back after the games. So we're trying to limit and reduce the amount of vehicles coming into the area and rather push for park and ride and for public transport, because one of the biggest gripes always is people saying when they have to leave the stadium after a game, it really is terrible to try and navigate out of here. So with us pushing for that and having partners like Gautrain and the city, we're able to now change the way people move through that space. I mean, Pras has even gone as far as to say they'll open up the line which ends at the Durenfontein station for us. So people want to use the Pras lines as opposed to the Gautrain lines.
Now, what are some of the challenges to making sure that there's a successful management to this district, especially for the future?
So up and above the urban issues, which we'll deal with, and we've dealt with it several different districts across the city. The issue is the perception and the narrative that people have out there about what the area is like. You tell anybody, I'm going to come down to Ellis Park for a 5 o'clock game on a Saturday, first question they're going to ask is, are you mad? And we're saying, no, you're not. This is where you need to come down. There's so much history and legacy. I mean, just standing here takes me back to watching Joel Stransky slot the drop goal in '95 for us to win the trophy, to Francois Pienaar getting the trophy from Madiba right here on this very field. There's too much history and legacy which could be lost if we don't turn it around. So it's letting people understand that it's not as bad as they think it is. And once they've been here, to go and tell everybody on the outside that actually it was a world-class event that we attended to, and it's well run and managed. Because it's no longer public looking after the public space. The private individuals and the private entities within the space have now started taking over the management of it to make it better, not only for the general populace, but for their own businesses as well.